Good evening, race fans, and welcome to another Thursday night with the Crown Athletics Racing Tour Indy Series season number 2. As tonight they head over here to Road America, second to last race here for the season. Thank you all for tuning in. As always, Dennis Ansman up here in the booth for Extreme Racing TV. We appreciate everyone tuning in here tonight, and you're ready to see some fun road course racing here tonight. Before we go ahead and do that, they are in qualifying right now. We've got about 14 minutes here left to go in qualifying. Right now, you got Hagen up in that top spot. A 1:45, 1:26 lap time. Williams, well, actually, Spade is in second now with a 1:45, 9:51. Williams is in third with a 1:46, 1:40. Crampton, I should say, is there in fourth spot with a 1:46, 2:57. And Rucker rounding out the top 5 with a 1:46, 8:84. You still got, like I said, about 13 and a half minutes here left to go now. In qualifying, still got about 5-6 drivers here left to go to qualify. So we'll see how things lay out from there. But we still got, points to go down and team points to go down. So let's go ahead and get down here to where they stand coming into tonight. And with the standings, we got Lance Anthony there in the top spot still with 501 points. Garrett Hagen there in second with 422. Still got a chance there for Garrett to go ahead and grab the championship here over Lance. If I do recall correctly here, Lance has to finish 6th or better to secure the championship here tonight. So we'll see how that plays out between the two of them. In third, we got Dylan Williams, 418 points in 5th spot. Edson Santos, he has 381 points with 370 points in 6th spot. William Rucker. In 7th, we got Brian Edwards. He's at 350 points. Caleb Wetzel there in 8th with 309. With 249 points in 9th spot, we got Anthony Youngs. Rounding out the top 10, Rick Raven there with 248. With 231 points in 11th spot, we got Bradley Williams. 12th, Travis Rucker, 196. With 195, Aaron Hobart. In 14th, William Swetson with 160. With 153, we got Andrew Frazier there in 15th. In 16th, we got Scott Watson with 133. In 17th, William Smith, 123. In 18th, Andrew Fay with 101. 19th, Warren Rogers with 99. And with 95 points, rounding out the top 20, we got Tiffin D. Simpson. That will take care of the standings coming into tonight. We also got the lovely team points as far as where they're standing here. So let's go ahead and bring that up for everyone. Coming into tonight's race here, we got Gigabyte Racing still in that top spot with 1,035. CRT Pulse Racing with 982 there in second. Real South Racing with 499 in third. With 454, we got True North Racing in fourth. In fifth, Team Name Motorsports with 451. In the sixth spot, Legacy Racing with 370. With 294, Mr. Rogers Racing. In seventh, in eighth spot, we got Anthony Rucker Motorsports with 276. Team iCar in ninth with 185. And rounding out the top 10, Built Different Incorporated with 141. That will conclude as far as the team points and the team points and the individual standings coming into tonight's race. We still got about 10 minutes here left to go in qualifying. They are looking right around 10 to... Hold on one second, guys. Alright, I do apologize for that. We got kids out here on four-wheeler out in our street doing donuts because it decided to snow today, so just wanted to go make sure they weren't doing it in my yard. But yeah, coming into tonight for the race, we are looking at right around 10-15 laps here on fuel. So it will be a one-stop race, looking at about 25 laps here in total. So I would not be surprised to see him do a 13-13 split. Just to go ahead and make sure they, kind of even it out across the race. But then again, I wouldn't be surprised to see some people just go ahead and do a 12 and then take it all the way to the end, or I don't know. I mean, we've been duped before. I could see somebody taking it 16, 17 laps if they're, a little bit conservative on their fuel. I don't know how you're going to do that on a track like this, especially with how demanding these cars are with throttle. But never say never. So we'll see here how this works out. Obviously, there are no cautions in this race, unless, of course, there's like just massive pile up. So only localized cautions here tonight. They do have push to pass. I do believe it is set at 10 for the race. We'll have to check into that once they get gridded up and take the green flag here. It'll populate how many push to passes they have. In the past, it has been 10, so I'm just going off what the past has been, so I will not expect it to be any different for this race. And also, shout out to the sponsors. NW Cars coming on board, sponsoring the Crown Athletics Tour. Magnolia Laser, one of the big sponsors here for the Crown Athletics Tour. Now there's been a few individual race sponsors that come on board here for season 2 for the Crown Athletics IndyCar Series. Find those here real quick for you guys. Throughout the season here, this season we've had J and A Green Accounting Services PLLC. That was back on September 12th for the Grand Prix. Then we had the Pocono Raceway Multi-Sport 200. Then we had Tennessee Hills Milwaukee 125. B. Smith Maintenance LLC 200. That was over at Michigan. And US BP US Building Products for Kansas. Oh wait, that was for the Cup race. I do apologize. Well, they still sponsored the league, so that counts. We'll just put it that way, okay? I still got about 5.5 minutes here to go in the qualifying session. See here, looks like Williams is in that top spot still with a 145.012. Hagan in second with a 145.038. Anthony there in third, a 145.058. Crampton in fourth with a 145.554. Hardin there in fifth with a 145.855. Bay in sixth with a 145.951. Rucker in seventh with a 146.061. And Frazier rounding out the top eight with a 150.430. And we're still waiting for William Swenson, Tim Dells, Joshua Osborne, and Kalex to come out here and lay down qualifying times. They got about 4.5 minutes. I don't think they're going to come out and do that. I think they're just going to go ahead and settle in the back there. Did notice Andy Frazier did get a black flag or meatball flag, probably for damage that he got coming probably to the end of his qualifying lap. But we still got about 4 minutes here left to go in qualifying. What we're going to go ahead and do, since there's no one out there on the track right now, we're going to go ahead, step away, get in our national anthem before they go ahead and get graded up. So do not go anywhere, folks. We will be right back. All right, folks, welcome back. Hopefully you enjoyed the sights and the sounds of the national anthem here. We still got a little over 2 minutes here to go in qualifying. I don't see anybody else coming out to qualify, so that is what we have for the starting grid. So yeah, just go ahead and, give a little refresher here real quick. We do have the last of that up here real quick. Tonight is the third and the final of the Triple Crowns here for Season 2 for the IndyCar Series. Tonight's race winner will receive $5 check for transfer of money via PayPal, Venmo, whatever they use, Cash App. So, $5 is $5 in the pocket. Obviously, you know, these guys do a lot of work on their side, you know, as far as the drivers go, to come in all over on the iRacing side, put in the time, energy, effort. So to be able to, for the lead to give back, you know, throughout the season, like I said, this is the third one of the season, and, you know, give the drivers something to race for, you know, other than, you know, the points or the team points. We also do have Lance Anthony right now is the points leader. He is a driver we're out to keep our eyes on here tonight. Supposedly, if he finishes 6th or better tonight, he will secure the championship here for Season 2. But Garrett Hagan is another driver we got to keep our eyes on. He's there in 2nd spot. So those two drivers we will be focused on here this evening as qualifying is getting ready to come to an end. So we will go ahead and pull up the grid here momentarily. Thank you for everybody for tuning in here this evening here over on Extreme Racing TV here for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour, the IndyCar Series, as qualifying has come to an end. So let's go ahead and pull up that starting grid here real quick. Dylan Williams starting on the pole here tonight. Congratulations to Dylan on grabbing the pole here this evening. On the outside of him, Garrett Hagan there in the 30. In row number 2, we got Lance Anthony in that 52 machine. And TJ Crampton there in 4th in that 72 machine. In 5th, TJ Harden. In 6th, Andrew Fay. In 7th, we got William Rucker. 8th, Andy Frazier. And 9th, we got Tim Dells. 10th, Joshua Osborne. 11th, Caleb Wetzel. 14th, William Swetson. And that will round out the field here this evening, as we will go ahead and wait for them to all get on the grid and wait for Barney the flagman to wave that green flag. We're still waiting for a couple cars to grid here. We should get about a 2-minute grid time. Tim and Andy Frazier. It looks like they're not going to grid. They are underway here tonight. Green flag is out. Holding a good position here going in turn number 1. And be able to keep that going there for now. Get back here. They're all single file here, but here's Lance Anthony and Garrett Hagan. Garrett's got a little gap there over Lance, and right now he is getting some pass. Actually, I take that back. Here, how about we put that on the right spot there. Lance got surpassed there by TJ. I didn't have it by position for some reason. And here's Lance Anthony here on board with him. Andrew Fay here in that 5th spot. Dylan, he's getting some pressure here from Garrett Hagan. Right around 0.3 of a second is Garrett to the leader. But Garrett's also got some pressure from TJ there in third. All it takes is a little slip from either one of these drivers here. We get back here to that 2 of Kalex here. He's in that 8th spot. Right now, he is sitting about 9 seconds back from the leader, 5 seconds back from the 77 here, William Rucker. He's on the tail end of this lead pack. You got Joshua Osborne here in the 9th spot in that 07. And William Clinton here in the 14, rounding out your top 10 here. But really, this is where we're focusing on right now is Dylan's trying to get every inch of the track. And Garrett is looking to get to the inside, but it didn't work there. It looks like TJ's now to the inside of Garrett, but Garrett's going to have the line. Here we go, battle for the lead. We're on board here with Garrett Hagan. Garrett's taking a long way around here. It looks like he's going to be able to complete that pass over Dylan. Put Garrett Hagan up into that top spot. And right now, Lance is in 4th spot. Like I said, these are the 2 drivers we really got to be focused on here tonight between Garrett and Lance. As Dylan's getting some pressure now from TJ. Looks like Dylan got a little wiggly there. I'm not sure if he was trying to get a little bit too much throttle there, which easily can be done. I've done it too many times to count. Both hands, toes, and my wife's hands and toes. Get on board here with TJ. He's looking to put that pressure back on the 32 there of Dylan. Get back here to CJ here in that 6th spot in that 33 machine. They got a little bit of pressure there from the 77 of William, but William did not get a good turn off there. Closest battle on track right now is for that 4th spot there. Lance Anthony getting some pressure from Andrew Fay. Andrew sitting right around 3/10 of a second back. Dylan was blinking out a little bit, but right now looks to be all good. In here, and I think that was Andrew Fay here. Let's go ahead and take a look back and see. Just, got up in that grass and around Andrew went. Looks like he just made light contact there with the tire barrier. He should be good to go. That's something we caught live. Had to go back and catch it a little closer. Here, the top 4 drivers getting by there. Really, the top 3, you can really put a blanket on them between Garrett, Dylan, and TJ. And Lance is sitting about 1.8 seconds back from the 3rd place car of TJ. And I just realized you guys don't have the tower or anything going right now. I do apologize for that. Oh lordy, how you gonna know how many push and passes they got? How you gonna know what I'm talking about over here? So let's go ahead and get all that stuff set up for you guys. I do apologize for that. I'm so focused on the action, I was not even paying attention that there was no ticker going. All right, so there you go. You got all your live updates going on there on the left side of your screen now. The lap that they're on, as well as, you know, the gaps between each driver. Well, driver to the leader, I should say. As Andrew Fay is on pit road from that spin-out that he had. Apparently had more damage than I thought he had. Probably going to come down, get a fast repair, get back out on the track. Looks like Wetzel, Osborne, and Swedson are all out of the race as of now. And they do get 10 push to passes. As you can see, Hagan used 3 already. Williams has used 1, Crampton has used 1, and Anthony has used 1. So we still got 2 drivers with all their fast repairs left. That would be the 33 of TJ Harden and the 77 of William Rucker. Darren Hagan had a moment. Let's see here. We can go ahead and take a look back. What happened here? Oh, he just, wow. Not quite sure what happened there. The only thing I could think of is he got loose and went just to go turn into the looseness of the car, and it just took him right into the same thing. Either way, he was able to keep it straight. Obviously, he lost 2 positions, but yeah, but be able to still keep it going, and he's only 2.5 seconds back from the leader. 0.9 back from Lance here. That's pretty impressive to be able to do all that. To have that kind of moment and keep the wits about you and get it back on track without any damage. Good job. Good racing there by Garrett. Now he's got to be on the prowl here, hunting down Lance, as TJ has taken over the lead in that 72 machine. Dylan's looking to claim that spot back over. We will go ahead here real quick. Let's go ahead and put up the positions gained here. Crampton is the biggest gainer of the race so far, up 3 spots. The biggest loser right now is Hagan, down 2 spots from where he started the race. Like I said, he had probably one of the biggest moments here within this front pack here early on. Go ahead and put up the push and pass once more. Oh, we did that. Yeah. Try to have a second one here. I put the positions on first. Battles that we got going on right now, the battle for first, the top 4, TJ, Dylan, Lance, and Garrett. But it looks like TJ is putting a pretty good gap right now on Williams. Sitting at 1.2. Get ready to push 1.3 seconds back ahead of Dylan. Garrett sitting about 0.7 back from the third place runner right now. That would be that 52 machine of Lance Anthony. This is the closest battle on the track right now. I would expect here Garrett to start putting a lot of pressure here on that 52 machine. They're both racing for a lot right now. Garrett's going to try to find a clean way and a safe way around that 52 machine. I do appreciate everyone coming on board here and tuning in here for a Thursday night for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour, their Indy Series race number 2, the final race here for season 2. Over here at the virtual Road America over here on iRacing. Do want to remind everyone, pit window here tonight is right around lap 10 to lap 15. So pit stop should be coming up here in just a couple laps. As you can see, Garrett almost doing some bump drafting there with that 52 of Lance. Ooh, as we had a moment there going on. Who was that? Might have been TJ. Let's go ahead and see what happened to TJ here. I think it's almost the same thing we've seen here twice now. Well, make it 3 times. See here, going into the turn, getting into that grass, and yep, around she goes. Spun back around, get it going. Once again, good job not hitting any walls or tire barriers or getting stuck in the sand pit. Be able to get that thing turned around, get back going. As now Garrett Hagan is up to the point as we missed the moment with TJ. Now CJ's back here with TJ. TJ and TJ. Garrett back up to the point. Bad news for Garrett, though. He's got Lance Anthony right behind him in that second spot. Like I was alluding to here tonight, if everything is correct mathematically, Lance has to finish at least 6th or better to secure the championship here for season 2. As of right now, if the race would end right now, Lance would have that in the bag. But Garrett, give props to Garrett. He is doing everything he can physically do to keep that championship hope alive. But yeah, from what I've seen here, Garrett needs to beat him by 29 points just to stay alive for next week. And Dylan needs 33 more points to stay alive. And Dylan Williams is all the way back here in that 6th spot. And looks like he got more damage. He's on pit road getting that damage fixed as we speak. We are on lap 9 here, so pit stop should be coming up here between, I wouldn't say this time by, I would say either from next time by all the way to lap 15. As Garrett Hagan and Lance Anthony here are 1-2. And Lance is the only one I do believe that has not had a slip up yet. Get back here to TJ in that 3rd spot. He's about 3.2 seconds back from Lance, 4.1 back from the leader. And then CJ Harden here in that 4th spot, about a second back from TJ, and 5.1 back from our leader, Garrett. Then you got William Rucker in that 77 back here in that 5th spot. He's about 6.8 back from CJ, 12.1 back from the leader. And then Dylan Williams here just made that pit stop, came back out on the track. He's about 53.883. back from William and 1.5816 back from our leader. Sometimes I wonder if I'm just speaking code with these lap times on these road courses. Just throw out a number, any number. Throw out a 2, throw out a 3, throw out a 6, throw out an 8. But we're up here with their leader, that 30 machine of Garrett Hagan. Let's go ahead and see here, get on board. Well, you know what, let's go ahead and do the 30 MCL machine. Almost looked like he was driving in the grass. Almost looked like me driving to work this morning. Instead of green, it was all white between the grass and the road. I can only imagine trying to do that at the speeds that they're going. And I could only go 40. I could only imagine doing it at a $170. Lap 11 here, so we should be seeing pit stops happening here anytime. We'll go ahead and we're back to TJ for a moment, and now we're back up here to Garrett. We'll go here with TJ. The 72 machine. Almost clipping that grass again. I think that was the same spot he did it earlier. See here what Lance can do. Obviously, Lance is just assuming Lance is content here with the second place right now. Obviously, if he had the opportunity for the lead and win it, he would go ahead and take it. But you know, obviously, he doesn't want to push the issue. He doesn't want to do anything to ruin his chances at grabbing the championship here tonight. And like I said, all he has to do is finish 6th or better, and right now there's 6 cars on the track, so he is in that position to where he has pretty much got this secured up right now. Up here to that 30 of Garrett, who is doing everything in his power to go ahead and try to keep his championship hopes alive for next week. Speaking of next week, so round out the season here next Thursday, December 12th. They'll go ahead and hit the what used to be Auto Club, which is no more. They're going under a massive overhaul. Not even a quarter what it used to be. Next Thursday, we head to the virtual old Auto Club, the Legacy Auto Club, here to round out Season 2 for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour Indy Series. But we still got 13 laps here to go. Oh, is Garrett hit the grass down the straightaway? Garrett, don't turn left there. Probably a bump there to get. Did not take too kind to his car there. But it helped Lance a little bit. He was able to close that gap up just a little bit. Now about 7/10 of a second back to Garrett. It was about 1-3, 1-4. Just, not too long ago. CJ's here in that third spot. Now 7.5 seconds back from the leader. 6.7 back from Lance. William Rucker here in that fourth spot. Then you got Dylan Williams here in that fifth spot. And TJ Crampton is on pit road. What happened to... I wonder if it'll take me back. Okay. Up 12. Let's see what happened here to TJ. Able to find that moment. Currently on pit road. Probably had a tow. And I'm not seeing where it's happening at. Oh well, we got pit stops happening. That's all I know. So let's go ahead and get back live here. We got Garrett Hagan, Lance Anthony on pit road, CJ Harden coming down pit road. And William Rucker is on pit road. So it looks like a battle off pit road here. Lance is going to be able to beat out Garrett Hagan here. And, oh, they both. Oh, no, you got to be kidding me. They both just crashed. Wow, let's go ahead and... Let's go ahead and get a chase cam here. Both at the same time, same spot, hit the rumble strips, and both their cars veered straight right into the tire barrier. And Garrett was the only one, I do believe, to be able to get it back going, as Lance Anthony just towed it. So Garrett is trying everything possible to get that broken, paralyzed machine back around the track, and he's got a long way to go. Meanwhile, CJ Harden has been able to take the lead. What a turn of events here tonight, folks. CJ is now in the top spot. William Rucker is in second. Garrett Hagan driving with three wheels, sparking up the track here in third. Dylan Williams is in fourth, and Lance Anthony still on pit road. Like I said, long tow. We got to see if he's going to be able to make it back here. That cannot be comfortable whatsoever. Seeing him with no wing. That front wheel, right front, is just there for a ride. And Lance still on pit road. Looks like we got Garrett Hagan now on pit road. How you doing there? He has found his way to pit road. So he has saved himself a lap by not having to use the toe. And he will brake here, get that fast repair, and get back out on the track as Lance is still sitting here with no front wing. Looking like a... I don't remember the name of the cars. Oh, that's gonna bug me. But now CJ is in that top spot. He has got a 4.4 second lead there over William Rucker. As we are down here under 10 laps to go. Not sure exactly what's going on here with the internet, but we did it earlier in the broadcast and cleared up, so we're just going to go ahead and hold on to it here. Not entirely sure why it's doing this now. It's been fine up to this point. Not sure if the weather is playing a factor into this or if it's just the internet doing the internet thing that it likes to do because it's Spectrum. But that's what we got going on right now, so we're just going to go ahead and, like I said, roll with it. Let it be what it be. It looks like it has cleared up for now. CJ still in that top spot. William Rucker there in second. He's about 3.2 back now from CJ. Garrett here in third. And Lance back out here on the track in fifth. Still not quite sure what happened there with the internet, but like I said, looks like it has cleared up, at least for the time being. Who knows, it might act up again here. Dylan Williams is putting the pressure there on Garrett Hagan. Actually, Garrett got around Dylan. I apologize. So put Garrett up to third. Now he's got a long road to go here with 9 to go. He's 1 minute, 8 seconds back to our leader, CJ. Unfortunate tale of events there between Garrett and Lance. Right after the pit stop, hit the rumble strips, and it's like they hit a patch of ice, and those cars both dove to the right into the tire barriers. But somehow Garrett was the only one to be able to limp his machine back to pit road to go ahead and get himself that one and only fast repair drivers do have. Oh, I take that back. They have 2 fast repairs in this race. So Lance and Garrett both have used 1. CJ, William, and Dylan have not used any yet. So it looks like CJ's been able to maintain about a 3.1, 3.2 second lead here over that 77 of William Rucker. For now. Still got 8 laps to go here. And obviously, with what we saw with Garrett and Lance, anything can happen here. So I would not count Garrett out. I wouldn't count Dylan out. I wouldn't count Lance out from winning here tonight. All it takes is just slip with the throttle, giving it too much, missing a turn. These road courses definitely throw different loops, scenarios into play that you would not necessarily think of being possible. But here at road courses, they are very possible, and we have seen a few of those play out here tonight so far. Now, once again, I do want to thank everyone for tuning in here over here on Extreme Racing TV on YouTube. Here for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour Season number 2. This is the second to last race here for Season 2 at Road America. All the pit stops are completed here tonight, so all it is a run to the end of the race. We did have a battle for the championship here between Lance and Garrett. And unfortunately, they both had a mishap on the same exact lap, same exact spot, pretty much together. But it was not, a wrecking incident. It was just they touched the rumble strips and both of them went in the same direction. Just giving it 110%, and they just, one of those products of road courses, they did better than I could have ever done. I wouldn't have been out here leading the race, I can tell you that. So it looks like here coming to the end of the race here this evening, Lance will have that championship here going into Auto Club next Thursday night. That will be the season finale here for Season 2. Definitely going to be a good track to tune in and watch. A lot of drafting, a lot of side-by-side racing that will take place there next Thursday night. A lot like Michigan, but with these cars, once you get to a track like that, all the tracks are like super speedways. So there will be a lot of passing, a lot of runs. So definitely be some strategy that will play out as the race goes on. So we're definitely gonna have to look forward to that race. Good track to end out Season 2 on too, with these DW12 cars, the old style Indy cars, as some refer to. We're down to 6 laps to go. CJ has only used 2 of his push to pass. William Rucker has used none. Garrett Hagan has used 5. He's still got 5 left. Williams has used 6, and Anthony has used 3. It looks like TJ has retired. He is 8 laps down. We are back up here to the leader here, CJ Harden. We've got a long way to go, 6 laps. Now that gap, ever so slightly, is closing now. Williams got it down to 2.8 now. To CJ Harden, but does he have enough time? That's the question. Either get it down to about 110 there through that turn. point, get it back up to about 160 before you turn it down to 90. A lot of speed differences here throughout the track. I think at one point I saw 180. Yep. Oh, 179. Oh yeah, about 180 down that part of the track. I think that's the max that I saw. At least what I noticed anyway. I could have missed a section of the track where they got over that, but that's the one part I did catch a glimmer earlier on in the race, and it was right around 180, 181. I think CJ is getting ready to come up to Lance here. Lance is at 141.416 back from the leader. That can't be right. Well, I guess so, because DJ just did a 145 on his last lap. So we can find out here real quick. CJ hurt gyro cam. You should see a little speckle of a Lance Anthony up there. You get a moment without a hill. I don't see him. So Anthony and Harden both are using the push pass right now as we speak. Not a whole lot of action going on in the track. We definitely had a lot of action early on. Now it has really tamed down. I don't think Garrett's going to be able to get up to that 77 to William Rucker. Lance is just glad that he is still out here racing. We were down to 4 laps to go, about 4.5 laps to go. Just waiting here to see if CJ slips up. So far he hasn't. And I don't want to give him the curse, but I think I kind of did. So, sorry CJ, if anything does happen to you. If you're listening, stop listening so you don't get cursed. You got William Rucker here. Another driver hasn't slipped up yet this race. He is finding himself in a pretty good spot. He's 1.9 now back to TJ. But I don't know if he has enough time to get up to CJ to make it a battle for the lead. He's really got to click off some really good laps here if he wants to get up to the 33. I mean, to get gyro cam, you can see CJ up there. Still a long way to go, but half the battle is just being able to see the guy. And right now, he's got full visual of what's going on there with CJ. coming down to 2 to go here. Crossing that stripe. 2 more laps to go here for CJ. 2 more laps to go here for William Rucker. Williams now 1.6 back to CJ. He might be able to get it under a second, but I don't know if he's going to be able to get up to CJ. I mean, CJ did a 1:45.666. Oh, CJ, that's the lap he ran? Okay. Anyway, Garrett Hagan, he ran a 1:45.323. So he's about just a little over 0.3 of a second faster than CJ that last lap. I mean, now he's 1.2. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. White flag is out. We are on our final lap here tonight. CJ and Rucker here, 1 and 2. I don't think Rucker's going to have the time. He's at 1.8 back. I think pending anything severe, like big mistake here from CJ, Williams going to have to settle for second. Garrett somehow found a way to lift that car all the way from the tire barrier misery up to third. Still waiting for Rucker to use a push to pass here. I don't know if he doesn't have a button for it. Something we're going to have to ask him here after the race. Because Harden is down to 1. William has not used any yet. And the only other drivers that have not used one are out of the race. So, here comes William Rucker to the line. CJ is going to win it. William Rucker is going to finish second. And Garrett Hagan still got a long way to go here. He will go ahead. We'll hold off on that. I don't want to say anything, jinx him. But if he stays on track, hits all his marks, he will finish third. He just entered the DRS zone. Dylan Williams here in fourth. And Lance Anthony here in that fifth spot. He's still got a long way to go here for Lance. But it looks like Garrett is going to be able to do everything in his power to try to keep his championship hopes alive, but I just don't think it's going to be enough as CJ is burning it up here tonight. William Rucker taking it nice and easy. So congrats once more goes to that 33 machine of CJ Harden. grabbing the victory here tonight. William Rucker grabbing that second spot. And Garrett Hagan finishing third. And Lance Anthony rounding out your top 5 here tonight. Well, folks, we will go ahead, step away here real quick, find our top 3, get them up here in the broadcast booth. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Alrighty, folks, welcome back. We found the top 3. Let's go ahead and get them up here in the broadcast booth, starting with that number 30 machine of Garrett Hagan. Well, Garrett, you did everything that you could possibly try to do to keep your hopes alive here for another week, but unfortunately you fell a little short here tonight. Go ahead and talk about your race. We'll get to the other part here a little later because we got to find out what happened. But go ahead and talk about your race here tonight, Garrett.
No, not ideal. Start second, finish third isn't ever a good thing. I took the lead in the first lap and binned it after that, and then Lance got me on the pit stops. I didn't do less fuel. I didn't really push to stop. I thought I had the room, and monkey see, monkey do. We went over that curb together and bottomed out. So it is what it is, but not ideal.
No, it wasn't. And you kind of alluded to it there. You guys there, right after that pit stop, looks like you guys hit the rumble strip there coming out of that first turn. And was it just the fact of new tires with the low air pressure and
Yep.
just hit it the wrong spot, wrong time, and both of you guys looked like you just veered. Looked like you both had a patch of oil and both veered right into the tire barrier. But somehow, we gotta hear it from you, Garrett. How did you manage to limp that car with 3 wheels back to pit road, knowing that only one of them was steering your car?
I kept forgetting that I needed to brake earlier because I didn't have 4 wheels. So I ran off a couple times, but I was talking to Lance, and it turns out the tow from where we were at was about 3 minutes, and I did a 2-minute lap. So that ended up being the difference of me being able to stay with Dylan and end up passing him for third and, staying ahead of Lance.
Well, you definitely can't sell yourself short, Garrett. You did, like I said, everything possible to try to go ahead and keep your hopes alive here for another week going into Auto Club here next week. But, still second in the championship standing, still something to be proud of. And you still got another race here coming up here as far as, rounding out season 2 at Auto Club, the virtual, no more, non-existent, the Legacy Auto Club. Just kind of go ahead and talk about what you're looking forward to, going into Auto Club to round out season 2 here. Getting ready to go into the sunset, getting ready for season 3.
I'm happy to be contesting P2, and I think he's still got to put in the drop races, so maybe it'll come a little closer and I might have a chance here. But you never can complain about P2. There's a lot of fast guys in this championship, so to be above likes of Edson and a couple of the other guys, I know they haven't ran all the races, but be able to stick with them on some of these tracks where they're known to be quick is pretty cool. Lance is going to be Lance, so he, as much as I'd like to stick with him, maybe next year.
Yeah, for sure. And hey, you could always start it off next week, showing Lance that you're going to be somebody to contend with going into the next season. But Garrett, you still got to celebrate here, P3. I mean, I know it's disappointing for you to celebrate P3 here tonight, but after all, it's still a podium spot. But before we go ahead and let you go and get your celebration underway here tonight, any final thoughts, shout outs you want to give before we go ahead and let you go? Kind of lick the wounds or whatever you want to do here before we go ahead and get off to Auto Club.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but being P2 in the championship, I didn't win a single race yet this year, so I was really expecting tonight to be the night. I'm fast here, and I think I proved that I'm pretty fast around here. But Road America is a tough track. It's very technical, a lot of tight corners where stuff like that can happen. So it is what it is. But yeah, I'd like to thank B Smith Maintenance for sponsoring the race. Moving Chicane Logistics for giving me a fast car, and shout out to CJ for getting his win there. I think that might be his first one of the season too. So good result for the team too, P1, P3, and I think we gained some points here on Lance and his team will. So I don't know if we've clinched that one up, but all eyes are on that for next race.
All right, well, we'll definitely be keeping our eyes out for that. And Garrett, you, even though you haven't won here yet this season, I think tonight you kind of pretty much set it in stone that your time is coming due here soon. So those guys have, if they're not notified, they should be here real quick. So definitely looking forward to seeing you here soon in Victory Lane, if not next week, going into season 3. But enjoy this one, Garrett. Can't wait to see you back out there on the track at Auto Club next Thursday night. Until then, enjoy this one. We'll see you back out there on the track.
Thanks, buddy. Enjoy your week.
All right, you too. All right, that takes care of our third place finisher here tonight. Let's go ahead and get up to the second place finisher. That'd be the 77 of William Rucker. Get him up into the broadcast booth. Well, William finished P2 here tonight. Looked like you were trying to make it close there with CJ towards the end, but not quite able to pull it off here tonight. Go ahead and talk about your race. How was it for you here tonight at Road America?
Yeah, absolutely. So qualified decent, I guess, and then I just kind of took it really easy on the start and kind of got separated from people out front and out back. So I just was cruising through the first pit stop, and then had a pretty decent pit stop, and was able to survive through a little bit of attrition, and it all shook out to where I had CJ at an arm's length. So I turned the wick up the best I could, pushed it as hard as I could to get there. Got as close as I could, but just couldn't quite get it done. And then, of course, getting there is one thing, passing the person is another thing. So CJ, of course, is an excellent race car driver. I know he would have been able to hold me off anyway, but it was good to be able to cut that down and at least make him think about me.
Yes, definitely. Always got to keep the leader on their toes. You never know when or if they're going to go ahead and make a mistake. But speaking of which, we do got to ask William, you were the only driver out of the top 5 that did not use a push to pass. Was there a reason behind that, or was it just not thinking about it? Because I do that a lot. I don't think about it.
Yeah, no, it was just something I didn't really consider at the time. I was focused on trying to make my turns and not miss my braking zones and all that. So just a whole lot going on behind the wheel. I'm sure you know about that.
Oh yeah, and you know what? I don't blame you one bit there. Focus on keeping that car on the track, not making a mistake, and a lot of times that works out a lot better than I got to use my push to pass here. So good effort by you. Finishing P2 here tonight. Finishing 0.4 tenths of a second back from Harden. And I think at one point you were like 3.3 seconds back. So to be able to close that gap up that much within a period of 10 laps, that's saying something going into next week. Looking at Auto Club roundup season number 2 here for the Indy Series. Kind of go ahead and give an insight of what you're looking forward to going into the Legacy Auto Club next Thursday night.
Yeah, so Auto Club, of course, is very similar to Michigan, so I think you'll have a race that's very similar to that, which bodes well for me. Michigan's one of my favorite tracks, one of my better ones in this car, so hopefully we'll be able to have a good showing there. Expect it to be wide open. However, one thing that is a little bit different is there seems to be a little bit more tire wear at Auto Club in the last few times that we've been there. So you might see some guys maybe playing some tire strategy, trying to stay on top of it there, but at the end of the day, it should be a pretty good show to close out the season with.
Yes, definitely, and we're definitely looking forward to seeing what takes place next Thursday night. Like you said, gonna be a lot of drafting, a lot of high action, kind of like Michigan was. So, looking forward to seeing how we end season 2. But you still got a P2 to celebrate here tonight, William. But before we go ahead and let you go and celebrate that P2 finish, any final thoughts, shout outs you want to give before we go ahead and let you go and celebrate here at Road America?
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, gotta say thank you to you for coming on and broadcasting, putting the show on for us. You always do a great job with the camera and the commentary, and I really appreciate you doing that. I also want to give a big shout out to the race sponsor, B. Smith Maintenance LLC. It's a great help whenever people come on board and help us out, and B. Smith has been an absolutely wonderful partner to come on and help us with so many races throughout the season. So a big thank you to them. Also want to thank all of my sponsors, Magnolia Laser, Crown Athletics, Sabina Guitars and Finer Things, and of course, again, B. Smith Maintenance LLC.
All right, William. Well, you go ahead and you celebrate your P2 finish here tonight, and go ahead and get ready for that Auto Club to round out season 2. And looking forward to seeing what you have out there on track next Thursday night. Until then, enjoy this one.
Thanks, appreciate it.
All right, you're welcome. All right. That will take us to the race winner here tonight, that number 33 machine of CJ Harden. Get him up here in the broadcast booth. Well, CJ.
Hey, what's up?
MCL, that looks like a UPS machine, found its way into victory lane. Go ahead and talk about your race here at Road America, man. It looked like it was a wild one, but we got to hear it from the driver's eye.
Yeah, first half before pit stops, I was just kind of minding my business, doing what I could. I thought I was right about where I should have been, about 4th, 5th place, somewhere in there. I didn't really have much for the actual fast guys. But it just seemed like, a series of unfortunate events out there for the leaders. The opportunity presented itself, and I did back it down a little bit there towards the end to make sure I brought it home. I didn't want to repeat of Michigan because that's all I could think about the entire second half of the race. But it feels good, it feels good finally getting victory lane in my second season now. So happy we got here. Hopefully there's more to come.
Yes, and kind of looked like you might have been holding back a little bit there towards the end of the race. And you just alluded to, doing that, not wanting to make a mistake and end up being, like you said, back to that Michigan race where you had a moment there where you were up in front and then clipped that apron. But we won't talk about that.
Nah, still haunt my dreams, I promise you.
But now you can erase that from your memory because here you are in victory lane at a road course, Road America. Very, very good driving by your part. Clean racing, minimizing your mistakes here, which ultimately is the biggest goal when you come to any type of road course. But now we go ahead, pack our bags up, and head to the Legacy Auto Club going into next Thursday to round Season 2 up. It's kind of a lot similar to Michigan. So what do we see a redemption race for you coming next Thursday, CJ, or what are you looking at going into next week?
I'll tell you what, I really hope so. I love Michigan and I love Auto Club as well. So, I'm hoping to be right there in the mix, and we'll see what happens. Kind of similar to the road course, you just gotta minimize your mistakes. We saw that with all the leaders; they made mistakes, and the 33 machine moving chicane logistics, we didn't make those mistakes. We were able to bring it home.
Yes, definitely. So definitely going to be keeping our eyes out on you next Thursday, especially considering what you're able to do at Michigan. But, you still got a victory here to celebrate at Road America, CJ. But before we go ahead and let you go and celebrate with all those fans in the background, any final thoughts, shout-outs you want to give before we go ahead and let you go and celebrate at Road America?
I just want to shout out, Lance and Will for putting on a great league. Shout out to my Gigabyte Racing teammates, Garrett Hagan and Dylan Williams. I think we locked up the team championship with this race. And then shout out to sponsor Moving Chicane Logistics and B. Smith Maintenance for putting on a good show. And shout out to my wonderful wife, Morgan, who lets me do this.
Oh, yes. Definitely got to shout out the wife. You don't do that, you might find yourself in the doghouse.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, CJ, you go ahead and you go off into the sunset. You enjoy this victory here tonight. Can't wait to see your redemption next Thursday at Auto Club. But until then, enjoy this one and see you back out there on the track next Thursday.
Yes, sir. See you next week.
All righty. All right, and that will take us to the championship winner here tonight. By virtue of points, that number 52 machine has himself locked up into the top for season number 2. Well, Lance, it wasn't pretty tonight for you, but you still had that comfortable cushion to where, finishing 5th here tonight, secured that spot for you for being crowned the Season 2 champion. Go ahead and talk about, not only your race here tonight, but your season in general.
Oh, man, the race tonight was very, very fun until it wasn't. I knew I pretty much had the championship locked up, so I just decided to send it and see what happens. And sadly, cold tires on the exit curb got the best of me, but oh well, it is what it is. It was a good time for the first 14 laps. The season overall was pretty great, honestly. I didn't have quite the success I had last year, but I still was very competitive. I didn't feel like there was a track where I couldn't win at. But the talent that we gained this year is incredible. So to beat a bunch of the guys like that is pretty great.
Yes, it is. And, like you alluded to the talent level here, we've seen, the pros out here racing with you guys. We've seen guys that showed up mid-season and have just racked up win after win after win. So it's definitely been, we got first-time winners with CJ. No, we almost had another one here tonight as well with Hagen. He almost won as well for his first time here tonight. But, like you alluded to, both you guys with that first pit stop coming out, cold tires, hitting that curb there on the first exit. And looked like you guys literally hit a patch of oil or a block of ice and both hit the tire barrier. Were you not able to drive your car at all? Was your engine toast, or was it just something you elected to do just to do?
I thought the tow time would be a little bit faster than what it was. I was hoping that I could tow faster than he could limp around, but I wasn't sure at the time. Honestly, it was 50-50 call, and I made the wrong decision. But I mean, ultimately, at that point, I know my race is done. So, live and learn.
Yeah,
I know.
Yes.
Like the last 5 or 6 laps of the stint, I know me and Garrett both were going absolutely as hard as we could, and I started to reel him in there the last 2 laps, really, and I pushed on pit entry as hard as I could. Honestly, I thought I was going to get a speeding penalty. Luckily, my pit stop was maybe just a little bit quicker, and I came out even. I was like, well, let's just hammer it and see what happens. And next thing I know, I was picking teeth out of the fence. But it was a good time. Tonight was probably the best road course race we've had. I wish some of the guys wouldn't have got taken out early or made mistakes, but oh well.
Yeah, it's the product of road courses. I can allude to, I would have been one of those guys that probably would have hit the tire barrier on lap 1. So just to see these guys out here and make it as far as they did, that's pretty impressive on their part. They did a lot better than I probably would have done. It's probably something I got to practice a lot more because, road courses are fun. Just a matter, learning the technique and, what car you're driving with the track and everything like that. So, but, we still, speaking of road courses, we're done with them for this season. But you still got one more race here left to go, Lance, going into next week, even though the championship's locked up. Still got Auto Club coming up next week to round out season 2, and there's a lot of bragging rates going up for bid here next Thursday night. So go ahead and talk about, kind of what you're looking forward to going into Auto Club here next Thursday.
I'm looking forward to no pressure. I'm just trophy chasing next week. As far as how the race is going to play out, I don't know. I haven't ran any laps, so I have no idea what the setup's like. I'm assuming it's going to be pretty close to Michigan, maybe. And that was a pretty chaotic race, so I think anything can happen. We just got to put ourselves in the right spot at the right time. I didn't do a very good job with that in Michigan, but hopefully we can learn this time around and get the 52 to victory lane again.
Yes, definitely can't wait to see what you have in store there next Thursday at Auto Club. And like you said, lessons learned. Hopefully can transfer over to Auto Club from Michigan. But, you still got a championship to celebrate here at Road America tonight, Lance. A race before the season is over. But before we go ahead and let you go and start partaking in the celebration, any final thoughts, shout-outs you want to give, Lance, before we go ahead and let you go and celebrate your Season 2 championship here this evening?
First, I want to thank the sponsors, Crown Athletics, Magnolia Laser, B. Smith Maintenance, LA Electric. Them guys are awesome in supporting me and the team. shout out to my CRT Pulse teammates, Willie and Travis. Willie had some pretty bad luck at the beginning of the year. Honestly, he could have been a championship contender too if it wasn't for that. So I feel bad for him there. Shout out to CJ for finally getting the monkey off his back and getting that first win. That's been a long time coming for sure. And thank you to you guys for putting us on every week and doing a great job.
Yes, definitely. Well, Lance, thank you for having us come on board and giving us a league worthy of putting on a broadcast each and every week. You guys do an awesome job with everything that you guys do, and definitely looking forward to seeing what you guys build going into season 3. But until all that happens, Lance, you got to celebrate your championship here tonight. So go on, celebrate it here tonight, and get ready for Auto Club next Thursday. Until then, enjoy, and we'll see you back out there on the track here soon.
Absolutely. These Busch Lights are going to taste amazing.
All right, sounds good. Enjoy, Lance.
Thanks.
All right. Well, that will conclude the interviews here this evening. Before we go ahead and get down through the final results, I do want to say another congrats to CJ Harden. Not only grabbing the victory here tonight, but being the final race of the Triple Crown, he is taking home $5 as well. So congrats to CJ on grabbing that $5 here this evening. So let's go ahead and get down to the final results here tonight. Pull it up correctly. There we go. CJ Harden grabbing that victory here tonight. William Rucker finishing second in that 77 machine. Garrett Hagan third. Dylan Williams finishing fourth. Lance Anthony, your season 2 champion, finishing fifth. TJ Crampton finishing sixth. Andrew Fay finishing seventh. Alex Wetzel there finishing eighth. Joshua Osborne ninth. And William Swenson finishing 10th. Well, folks, that will conclude it here for Road America for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour Indy Series Season 2. Make sure you tune in next Thursday night, though, for the season finale of Season 2 here for the Indy Series, heading over to the virtual Legacy Auto Club. But until then, folks, take care of yourselves and each other, and have a great